What's up guys, Matt from Hot Tag here, and it's time for a new video. Today I'm going to be running through my process of putting together an entrance theme in the style of metal. Quick disclaimer, this is my way of making a theme. It's not one size fits all. If you make music completely differently, well, that's just fine. This is just my way of doing it, and I just want to talk about my process. Okay, step one. Most important one, know your wrestler. If you're still in the mindset that heels need to have angry, angsty metal music and that faces need to have sugary pop punk, stop. You're wrong. Those days are over. But it is important to know your wrestlers. Usually when someone comes to me looking for a theme, they already have a song in mind, whether it's like an existing entrance theme, a band, a track, and I use that for my basis, but I like to do my research before I start, so I'll watch them do any promos or just them wrestling to get a better idea of what they're looking for.
Interesting. Yep, that looks about right. Yep, that's it.
Step 2. Know your music. For this video, I'm going to be making an entrance theme in the style of Bring Me the Horizon, and before you get at me saying that Bring Me the Horizon aren't metal, I don't care. I'm doing it anyway. So I'll usually approach this in the same way that I do when I'm researching my wrestlers. I will spend about half hour to an hour listening to the music, picking up any tricks or tips that help me get a better idea of how these tracks are put together, what people listen for when they're listening for the music. Step 3 is guitars. Now, some of you might prefer to do this differently. You may like to start with drums, but I'm a guitarist and I like starting with guitars because that's my songwriting tool. Usually I'll spend about half an hour just working out a riff that works for this wrestler, make sure it's the right tempo. For this video, I'm going to be riding at about 140 BPM. So here's me playing a riff as a starting point, and this will be the basis of the song. Step 4, drums and bass. So once I've got the guitars down, I then focus on the drums because that's going to be the bit that needs to be really loud and abrasive, and it is usually the bedrock for a track, so I've got to make sure I get them right. I play around with different sounds, but it ends up sounding something like this. And then it's time for the bass. Step 5, it's time to start thinking about the intro and how this track is going to come in. Because this is a wrestling theme and it's not just a regular track, you've got to take the wrestler's entrance into account. How it's structured, when they need to come out of the curtain, when they need to stand on the apron. All these things have to be taken into account. But for this video, it's only going to be a short snippet, so I'm just going to take the intro and the pop into account. So what I'll usually do is think of different ideas that I could do to make that intro really explode when it comes in with the pop. For this, I'm going to be using a filter on the guitar to make it fade in, and it's going to sound something like this. Okay, from that point, you pretty much got everything you need in place. The next part is just doing the final touches to really bring it out, and this is when I add like bass drops and when I add like all the synth. That time is now. So, when the full product is done, it ends up sounding something like this. pretty much it. Thank you for watching. Let me know if you want to see another style of theme being put together, whether you want to see like electronic or indie. Just let me know. Make sure to like and subscribe, and thank you so much for checking out the video, and I will see you again soon.